6 Minutes Game Podcast. What's the happening? Happy episode 11. I seen somewhere where they were like, most podcasts won't make it through the first 5 episodes. So I'm like, shit, if we can still have something to talk about, if we can still remain relevant after 10, and we must be doing something right. Also, I seen on the Joe Budden podcast where he was like, most podcasters won't be doing this at this point next year. He said a lot of podcasts are already done doing this as is right now. And so we got through 10 episodes, we're on episode 11, man, and it's a blessing. Shout out to 6 Minutes a Game following. We took the first 10 episodes to establish identity, build a body, Next 20 for following our fan base. It's crazy. In Denver right now, Riley Moss looks really, really good. I seen one really, really big block, man. I hope Pastor Tan feels okay. I hope I hope it was just like somebody knocked the wind out of him, or Alex Singleton knocked the wind out of him as opposed to him being hurt. I think we are a club that has just become the victim of bad reffing. I think we had a missed PI call with Evan Ingram coming off the line right there. I think he grabbed his arm. Michael Parsons. I think it was Michael Parsons guarding Evan Ingram. And I think when Evan Ingram came off the line, Michael Parsons grabbed his arm just a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. Episode 11 is called Identity. And like I said, the first 10 episodes we spent establishing an identity for the 6 Minutes a Game culture. And that's a big reason why I think that the 6 Minutes a Game podcast will remain relevant. We're constantly growing like evolution, Anything that stays stagnant is dead, so you must grow. I think to salute the Broncos first and foremost. Salute all Denver clubs, but salute the Broncos first and foremost. But I think to the Broncos' detriment, or to the Broncos' benefit, and the other 31's detriment, we know who we are, but it's kind of hard to identify who we are as a club, like in an NFL total, right? So who are from clubs 1 to 32? Who are the Broncos? Right? Say we got a strong defense, and our defense is strong. 6 Minutes a Game just posted something pertaining to the strength of the Broncos defense, like first in sacks and three separate categories. However, just 2 weeks ago we were the most penalized defense in the NFL. So who are we? Are we good defensively, or are we the most penalized club? Right? Are we bad? Are we unorganized, or are we fundamentally bad, or are we suffering from a coach's standpoint, but are severely talented? So it's identity. The rest of the NFL is trying to figure out, are they strong defensively, but then we have, Nick Benito or Pastor Ten or Riley Moss or Coop and those guys, Hifanga and Jaquan McMillan and Alex Singleton, and so it's identity. We know here in Colorado what the Bronco Club brings, but to the rest of the NFL, they're like, is Cortland Sutton a true number one? I've heard that question now a myriad of times. Is Cortland Sutton a true number one receiver? And my argument is always yes. I love the way that Cortland Sutton just comes to work, puts his head down, and does his job, blue collar football, like football should be played. And I think that speaks volumes. That that goes into a lot of that goes into the way that I judge a player, right? So he comes to work, he puts his head down, he gets his work done. He's reminiscent of Demaryius Thomas in a lot of ways. So yeah, I appreciate Court. So when I'm actually a true number one, I appreciate his professionalism. So yes, he's a true number one. He carries himself like a number one. He performs like a number one. He's a true number one for us. They say, well, what about Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and those guys? I think Professionalism will get you into rooms or doors that talent won't always get you into. And the reason why um, Cortland Sutton's name is brought up in number one receiver conversations is because he's a true number one receiver. Now, going back, that's our identity. So you have the remainder of the 31 asking, is Cortland Sutton a true number one? But then you have the Coloradans that's like, yeah, he's our number one. That's our identity. But to the rest of the NFL, to their detriment, they have an issue identifying our identity. But that's to our benefit. They ask, well, are we a strong throwing team? And then you'll look up and Bo Nix will go 17 to 21 for 121 yards. And you're like, are we strong, um, like passing wise, or not? And that's to our benefit and their detriment, right? It's harder to identify with us. We have an amazing pass rush. Does that make our defense amazing? So identity is the title for episode 11. The Nuggets as well, right? Who, if you never seen Jokic play in Serbia, or who would have known that Nikola Jokic would have, or the Nuggets would have become who they are because of Nikola Jokic, right? Or Jamal Murray. Who would have known that coming out of Canada, the Blue Arrow would have been to the Nuggets, you know, what Dwayne Wade was to the Heat in his heyday. Identity. And to our benefit, it takes the other clubs or the other cities or states a little bit longer to figure out our identity. But in Denver, we know who we are. And I think that's our identity. 6 minutes.